Hello and welcome back to Strongwoman High's Life is a Mishmash. Today we have Angela Kershaw joining the podcast. Welcome, Angela. Thanks for being on. Do you want to give everybody for the podcast a little bit of an elevator pitch, brief introduction, who you are, what you're all about?
Yeah, so as you said, my name is Angela. I'm from a little town called Oldham in Greater Manchester, and I train at a gym called Bionic. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of that. I'm a nurse by day, and in my spare time I do strongwoman training, which keeps me sane from all the stuff that goes on at the hospital. I started training. I signed up for my first strongwoman comp in 2022 November. With no strongwoman training whatsoever. Nothing. I knew nothing. I just thought, I'm going to enter this competition at Chaos. Why not? And then I found a coach in Stalybridge. He was called Darren. And he was just like, Angela, if you gave me 6 months, I probably could have done a lot with you, but you gave me like 4 weeks. So, and I actually came 6 out of 10 in that comp. So I thought that's actually quite impressive. So I carried on doing it, and now I'm doing I'm just signed up for England's naturals for next year, so we're gonna aim for that one, the under 82, which I believe that you're in as well.
Hey, yeah. I'll see you there. Let's go.
So my very first one, so I'm just like, what am I doing? And yeah, so let's go for it.
Oh, very exciting. I love that. Absolutely love that. Will that be your first weight class competition then?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got to get to under 82 yet, but we'll just see. With Christmas coming up, it can be a bit of a challenge, can't it? Really. I like a challenge-ish. I work on a really busy ward at my local hospital, so why not? Why not do strongman training and do all that and get to under 82 and eat right, get heavy weights in.
Yeah, I think sometimes that bit of like consistency and like pressure of having to compete at a weight class and having like to cut and be sensible because you have that competition coming up actually gives you more structure in your day to day. Like I'm always better when I'm busier. Like do you find yourself you're a bit like that?
I find I can eat better when I'm working. But it just depends if patients' families bring chocolate in and it's on the desk and you're walking past and you're like, ooh, cake, ooh, Jaffa cake, ooh. And I'm like, no, don't touch. And, sometimes it takes a lot because you're running around, you need that sugar, that sugar. But I do think, no, I've got a banana. I'll be good. I'll eat that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can feel your pain there. My last placement was on orthopedic ward, and like because everyone's coming out of surgery and they're buzzing that they've had this new like hip or knee or whatever, they'll come in a couple of days later after they've been discharged and bring in boxes of chocolates. And honestly, there was a new box of chocolates to go out every day on this ward, and I was just like in my element. I was just smashing them for funnies. Like it's so bad, isn't it?
That's it. I mean, I should just be a really horrible nurse because I don't get anything. There was this lady, she said, right, I want to find this lady. She didn't know my name. She just said the tall one with glasses. So, everyone said, that's Angela. And she had a box of biscuits for me. And I'm like, oh, lovely. But I did take one. I will admit, I took one and they said, right, everyone just push it over, have it. I can't have it. But it's things like that, really. You just got to maybe just be a bit horrible so that no one gives you any biscuits. But I know what you mean about like orthopedics because I've worked there and it's very heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just because it's such a stressful time for those people, and then when they come out, they're like, "Oh my god, everything's gone well. It's been like a much better experience," and they're just like, "Have some chocolate." You're like, "No more." We had a cupboard full of chocolates.
Yeah, it's like, give me some chicken or some salad.
Yeah. Bring me some fresh fruit instead, please. Like this is killing my diet off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I do tell them, I do actually warn them, like, because they always offer me sweets. No, I'm on a diet. I'm counting it. No, you don't need to be on a diet. No, trust me, I do. If I need to make weight, and then I'm explaining it to them, they go, "So you're quite strong then?" I'm like, "Yeah, it-ish, And then they're like, "Oh, yeah." And then they tell all the families and all the friends. I'm like. So I feel like I'm going to
Nice,
have a little bit
nice.
of an audience now. I've told like a majority of my patients what I do.
Absolutely, that's class. I love it. I bet you found as well by like doing that strongman training. Have you found work easier than it was before, or?
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, I had to pull out of a comp because I'd really hurt my back. I had bad sciatica, and I mean to the point. I mean, probably people will understand when you get sciatica, it feels like electric burning up your bum kind of thing, and it was just horrible. And even just moving patients, they always grab your hand and want you to carry them. And I said, I can't. I said, it really hurt me back. But with training on, the core, what we forget, and strength training, it's gotten a lot stronger. I do feel a lot stronger. And with diet as well, just I feel a bit more energetic, a bit more, I'm awake, I'm alive. Yeah, hey, let's go for it, and I can actually work through a 13, 12-hour shift without wanting to fall asleep on the toilet,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I do feel
Yeah, I
really
think
stronger.
it makes you feel better, doesn't it? Like when you're stronger and when you just like you're capable in a busy work environment. Like working as a nurse is so stressful, isn't it? But I feel like when you've got that bit of consistency and like you know that you're strong, you know that you can do it, and you're on like track, it's so much easier, isn't it?
Yeah, God, yeah. And keeping busy as well. You know, Oh God, I'm just trying to think. When we've got new patients coming in, you don't have time to think about food and stuff. I mean, I always take my breaks. I do say that I do have to take my breaks because I do need to eat. Like I've prepped this chicken and broccoli. I need to eat it at some point. But I found myself
Yeah,
eating whilst I'm doing notes. Sometimes I'm eating my boiled egg whilst I'm writing notes. So sometimes it does have the ups and downs, but it does keep me consistent. No, with work. So yeah, and I always plan my gym routines around it as well. So, and when I take my puppy out for a walk, and it's as long as I know what I'm doing each day, each week. It's very routine, very routine. So I like
yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice. I love that. Right. Well, let's get into the podcast then, shall we? So, what's been your strong woman high, Angela?
I've written this down, and I'm just trying to think. I think just aiming for this, the England's next year, like making that, that push, getting out of my comfort zone, doing the naturals next year. But I think I've done a lot of competitions this year, and I've podiumed. Even though there were small competitions, I have podiumed, and I'd say that is my strong woman highlight. Everything's getting stronger, and everything's coming up, Angela, and it's brilliant. And I meet so many
Yeah.
different people from different backgrounds, and just meeting all these strong women and getting advice off them. And it's such a lovely community as well. But I think just getting stronger, podiuming in my comps, and making that push to go to England next year. That national,
Yeah.
just going for it. Because I was like, when I looked at how it was set up, with all the different weights, I think everyone got a bit, oh, what's this all about? Didn't they? With the weights
Yeah.
and things. And but I think it works out quite well actually. When my coach said, no, this is how it works out, I went, oh, okay. So that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's quite exciting because I think it just gives everyone that chance. I think from what I can understand
100%.
from it, yeah. So
Yeah, I love the new format. I think this new format is really cool. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they'd said that it wasn't the first time that this format's been done, but I feel like it sort of is at this like sort of national level, and I think the way that they've done it is so clever because it'll make the competition fairer and more exciting because
yeah,
a lot of times like these national pathways, sometimes you just get the weights not quite right, and if you get a lot of zeros, like specifically like say Europe's this year in the women's side of it, loads of zeros across the board on the overhead again,
yeah,
and it just ruins the competition because then it puts the certain people so far above everybody else that then it's just like 2 or 3 horse race and everyone
yeah,
else is just at the bottom of the pack, and it's just shit
yeah,
then because like you're not fighting for those points with everybody. There's
yeah.
a big gap and you're sort of stuck in where you are, whereas if there's options for everything and no one's going to zero any event, which
No,
they shouldn't really with
no.
this new format,
Yeah, yeah,
it's going to make the comps more competitive.
yeah, yeah. I mean that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I absolutely agree. It's because I mean when I mean, I think when I was looking at the weights of some, when it's just one weight, you're like, oh God, I don't know if I can get that, you know. But this one, I think it's a little bit more accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I think it was a 200 kg deadlift. I'm like, well, I can't do that, but I could probably do the other ones, whatever the other ones they are. I can't remember the top of my head, but you know. And I thought, well, that's exciting. I can do that. You know, if someone is weaker in overhead, they can probably do better in deadlift, and vice versa, and things like that. So it's always nice to have them.
Yeah, definitely.
Options. Yeah, but yeah, I was a bit like, oh, I don't get it, but yeah, it's understandable now.
Yeah, I think it does just make it much more accessible for people. And I know there was a bit of like an argument of like, oh well, people who are like not very good are going to enter, and like, but that's sort of the point. Like, this is the first pathway. Like, that's the first starting point of this pathway, and that's sort of the point. Like, you want loads of people in that. We don't want it to just be like 5 or 10 people. It needs to be 20 or 30 people a class, because that's what you're going to whittle down to get the next in a bit of the pathway. So for me, like, I think it's great that they've made it more accessible, and I would rather more people go in at like a novice level, because then they get the experience of being in the national pathway as well, which is like what we want, because we want more people in the national pathways.
Yeah, exactly. And so what if people aren't going to be got, you know, just let them do what they want to do, you know.
Yeah.
This is, you know, it's getting people healthier, stronger, getting into that mindset, eating right, drinking right, you know. And this, I swear down, in my lifetime, I have never stuck to something so much, or you know, than doing Strongwoman. I've tried everything. I've tried pole dancing. I've tried line dancing. Oh God, what else have I tried? I'm trying to think at the top of my head, and the amount of money I have wasted on stuff, and then I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. But Strongwoman, I have stuck to it since November 2022, and I've had a lot of things going on with death and student nursing, and it's the only thing I'm like, oh, at least I can go train tomorrow. You know, I can.
Yeah.
It's, you know, mental health, isn't it? You know, I've even done boxing. I've done 2 fights, and I couldn't stick with that. And you know, it's I think it's just let people do what they want to do. This is a mental health. It's mental health. It's for strength. It's for training. Just let people do whatever they want to do. Let them do it.
100%. I totally agree, and I think I'm the same as you, where this, like, for me, Strongwoman has always been my consistent. I've tried loads of different stuff, done loads of things, but I always end up back at Strongwoman and training that, because it's just like I love it. I just absolutely love it. I love everything about it. And yeah, I totally agree. I think everyone just needs to let everyone do what they want to do. Like, the more people in this sport, I think a lot of people forget this as well. The more people that are in this sport, the better this sport gets for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not a case, we're not a gatekeepy sport. The more we gatekeep, the harder it's going to be, and the worse it's going to be for us at the top levels as well.
Yeah.
The only way to get the top levels higher or get more money in the sport is to get more people in the sport. And that we have to do that by making it more accessible.
Yeah, get it recognised, and the amount of people I try and get, you know, we have at Bionic, I'm advertising now, so I do apologise, but we do have a Strongwoman Saturday.
It's all right.
And the amount of people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's Strongwoman Saturday, 10 o'clock at Bionic Oldham. I try to get people at the gym, like, not the gym, sorry, at the hospital where I work, and they're like, oh, I wish I could get strong, because they've seen videos of me, they've seen the bruises on me, like, where have you got them bruises? Oh, from Munster Dumbbell, from Atlas Stones. I really want to do that. Well, come with me on Saturday. Oh, I said, no, I'm not strong enough. I went, I wasn't strong enough. No one started off strong, unless you're one of them, you know, them freakishly, naturally strong people. And it's just like, okay, where did you get your strength from? But it's like, no one started, you know, just come and you'll get strong, you know. And I think, hopefully, I try and persuade them, because when I've told them I'm doing naturals next year, they're like, oh, you know, they're like, really? You're doing that? I went, yeah. Because, you know, it's accessible, it's, you know, I train. But yeah, it's
absolutely it's class. That's what we want. And like stuff like Strongman Saturdays, Strongman Sundays, all that sort of stuff is great. It brings more people into the sport. And like you said, that's how we started. I started just by like going to the gym and picking up an Atlas stone and then being like, this is fucking well done. I want to do more of this. Like, and that's how we get people in, because not many people know about Strongman as a sport. Like, and they don't, because the only Strongman they see is big freaks on TV lifting ridiculous weights. They don't think that's accessible for them. Whereas like, if they're just seeing like people like me and you being like, yeah, it's accessible as fuck. Just come on in, have a go.
Yeah, I'm just a person, I'm a girl from Oldham and I just do strong, and just do it. But it's persuading them people, like, oh, I ain't got time, I ain't got this, I'm not strong enough, and I'm just like, you have got time. Come on, sort yourself out. Come
Yeah.
with me. And
Yeah.
I even got one of my best friends, right? And she won't mind me mentioning her. She's mint, and she's had a lot of health problems, and she's got I call it her Nemo fit hand. So she's got a small hand, so she can't use it very much. But she comes to Strongwoman, and she lifted an 80
Nice.
kg yoke, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I've done that. And if someone like that can do it, where she wants to get strong, but she's the thing is she wants to get strong, because of all the ailments, and she comes with me. I pick her up and whatever, and we have a bit of a day out of it, and she can do it. I'm pretty sure able people can do it.
Hell yeah. I fucking love that. That's class.
Yeah,
absolutely class. Did you have a background in sport then before you came into Strongwoman, or not really? I know you said you've done a bit of like pole dancing, line dancing.
Well, I tried pole dance like once. So back, oh god, what year were it? 2016? No, 17. Do you remember white collar boxing? And have you heard about? Yeah, I did white collar. Oh god, embarrassing. And I trained for like 6 weeks and did all that. I think I drew my first fight and then lost the other one. But you know what? I really enjoyed the training because I was so much fitter. I was so much like slimmer. When you do them, what your bio age is on one of them machines where you hold on to it and it tells you how much fat you've got. I was like 28 then, but it said I was 23, and I thought, oh, buzzing.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't do a lot of cardio these days. I try to. On the rower or something. But but I hated PE in school. I mean, everyone can say that, can't they? Because it was so boring. I was looking back at, the things we did in PE, and what was it? Like touch cricket. It was just like hitting a ball across the room, and I thought, what's this? And then they tried us with dancing, R&B dancing, which me and my mates would just stand there like, what are we doing?
Class.
R&B dancing, and then oh god, and I hated PE, and I remember when we had to do it with the boys once, and I just stayed in the toilet for about half an hour, and they're all like, Angela, where have you been? Have you been gone for a big shit? I went, no, I just didn't want to be here.
I was just skiving actually. No, I don't want to be here.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope that it's here at the PE teacher's like, oh, that's where she went then. She wasn't having a big poo. Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of PE. Like I tried a couple of times, but it was never for me. But I like the white collar boxing. I go and watch it quite regularly actually, because I have a few mates who do it, and I think it's class. I fucking love it. And anyone in my mind who goes and steps in a boxing ring and takes on a fight is so fucking hardcore. Like there's no way I would let someone punch me in the face. Like
no, luckily I've only been punched in the face once, and that really shocked me. I was like, oh no, that really hurt. But that wasn't in the ring, that was like during training. But it's my fault I didn't block properly. But it's great, and I like to put throw myself into the deep end, and I think everyone should try it.
Yeah,
once,
absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I've done little bits of boxing training on and off. I did a bit of MMA training at the beginning of the year, and that was horrific. I hated it so
MMA,
much.
that's with your legs as well, isn't it? I can only move one body part at a time. I think with that.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I can't keep up with this fighting, like how fast people are fighting me. And after every session we had to spar. Like it was the gym that I was going to, it was like everyone has to spar, you can't get out of it. And I was like, fuck, okay. And every time I'd spar, I'd end up getting smashed about, and like I'd just be like, this is shit, I hate it. And because I was like heavier as well, so they'd always split the class and be like, right, so it's like under 75 kilos, you're all gonna spar, and then over 75. So it would just be me and all the big lads, and then all the like younger lads and the girls in the lower like under 75s, and then just me with all the big lads. So I just be getting punched, and I'm like, this is shit. Like I hate this.
This is the problem of being like our weight class. We always end up with the boys. So it's like we're not dainty, are we? We So I get what you mean. I did Brazilian jiu-jitsu with my ex once. I tried. Oh, Jesus, what a weird sport that is. Have you ever done Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
I'm going to tell you and ruin it now. I fucking love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Really?
I do it quite a
Oh,
lot. Yeah, I fucking love it.
oh,
I think it's mint.
it's
That's what I
so
went to
good.
from MMA. I was like,
Right.
BJJ is the one now.
Yeah.
No punching, just strangling. That's more me.
Yeah, I mean, me and my ex did it, and oh god, I can't even explain it. I just feel like I'm in a big knot. But it's good if
It's very
self-defense, I think.
personal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I watch my ex when he's all rolling about with these lads, I'm just like, okay, where to look?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like when I first started, I was like, I'm not sure how close and personal I'm going to get to people, and all of a sudden, people's bumholes are in your face, and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, okay, bit
Yeah,
intense.
exactly, and I'm just like, oh god, I hope and I hope smell all right, because you're really right up here, you're really right up personal and close, yeah. But practicing jiu-jitsu, tried the whole like strength because it's good for self-defense, I think, as well.
Yeah,
Jiu-jitsu,
it's
yeah.
made me feel much more confident, like probably too confident, to be honest, for who I am and how good I am at it, which is shit. But I feel like that's made a big difference in my like confidence levels for how I am, and I think because I'm strong as well, it made BJJ almost easier because I didn't have to I wasn't struggling to get out of stuff or hold on to people because I already had that level of strength there. So I do actually think that they do complement each other quite nicely, but it's one of them, like, I enjoy it, but that's more of a like side hobby for me. I haven't got enough time to focus on that as well.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah, you can't really, there's only a certain amount of hours in the day to do things. But my nephews have started doing it and they love it. They absolutely love it. I just said to him though, I said, make sure you have a shower beforehand, and after as well.
Oh God. Afterwards, because the gym I go to is about 20 minutes away from my house, and afterwards, whenever I get back in the car, I can't even like sniff myself. I'm like, I'm fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. I can go for a run and be like sweaty as fuck and sit for a couple of hours afterwards and be like, I'm not that bothered. I'll have a shower in a bit. Like, it's not the end of the world. If I've been at BJJ, I need a shower the minute I walk through the door. Like, you're covered in other people's sweat.
Exactly. I was going to say it's a different type of sweat, isn't it?
Well, it's because it's other people's.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But I never trained with anyone else. I just trained with my ex, so I weren't too bothered. But yeah, it's a different type of thing, and I never. Sorry, I'm just looking for my dog. So BJJ is just one that I probably wouldn't do again. But there's always there might be a new sport that comes out. We've had that is it High Rocks? There's more sports.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've never trained that, but new sports seem to come out all the time. So who knows what will be out next year?
Exactly. There's always something to do in there, but Strongwoman keeping the flag all the way through. Sticking there all the way.
I've spent a lot of money on Strongwoman stuff now, like belts and elbow things, so bags and whatever. So I've got to kind of stick at it because no one really wants second-hand elbow or anything. Do this Strongwoman, especially when it stinks.
I tell you what, though, I've pretty much all of my elbow sleeves. I think I bought my first set, I bought my first belt and my elbow sleeves and my knee sleeves, and ever since then, I've just bought second-hand stuff off people. I am that grab. Yeah, I'll just buy second-hand stuff off people. I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying 40 quid for knee sleeves when someone will give me theirs for a tenner. I'll have your stinky ones and wash them, mate. Like, I'm sound for that.
Oh no, I'm a bit of a snob. I'm a snob, mate. I've got to buy brand new.
I feel like all we're gaining from this podcast is that I'm just a bit minging.
True. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? It don't matter, if it suits you. But no, I'm a bit of a snob. I like, Yeah. Oh well.
Can't be that snobby. I'm just a feral goblin girl, aren't I? So I'll stick with that narrative until I die. But right, let's move on then and ruin the good vibes. What's been your Strongwoman low?
Low. God. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I think I wish I'd stuck with Strongwoman a lot sooner. So back when I did my very first competition, it was January 2023, and I came 6th place and I was buzzing. Unfortunately, I don't want to put a downer on it, but about 8 days later, my dad passed away. So it was getting that engine running again. Like, I really wish I'd stuck at it, but I just couldn't, and I think that's what really I regret not carrying on and, you know, carrying on. So it was just getting that was the lowest part of it. But was not getting my engine running after my dad died. But I suppose we pick ourselves up and we get going again, don't we? So I had that. But I think one of them is I keep coming second as well. When I said a podium, I keep coming second. I don't come first. I'm like, how many times have I come second at 1, 2, 3, say 4 times? And I'm just like, when will I ever get to first place?
I know what you mean.
Fan, and I'm like, Angela, you've come second, you know, but it's just like, I need to get first. But it's never like 1 point away, so it's like 3 or 4 or 5 points. So, but the person who comes second, the person who comes third is like 1 point away from me, and I'm like, oh. So I don't know, but I think, I mean, I don't know. Just whatever, really.
It's not. I don't think it's nothing to be embarrassed by, like feeling like that, because at the end of the day, like we're all competing because we're competitive. Like we all want to win. Like so, I feel like coming second. Yeah, I'm the same sometimes.
Yeah.
Like especially if I don't perform how I expect to perform at a comp, and then I don't get the result that I'm sort of aiming for. I'm like, that was fucking shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it boils my piss sometimes. I've just done a comp in Horwich, and I should have booked annual leave, because I did 2 long shifts and they were horrendous shifts. And then I did a comp, and then then I was in work again the next day, and I knew I could have done so much better. I knew I could have done better, and it's just like I should have booked the time off. But I booked this comp like last minute, and I thought, I can't be bothered asking if anyone wants to swap. I'll see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. I'm 36. I'm still young. Oh no. I need that time off. I need my sleep. I need that rest. So this time round, I booked an entire week off for this nationals, for the Englands. I booked a week off, and I said, please don't put me anywhere. Put me in Monday, Tuesday if you want, and then the rest of the week I'm off. I'm not coming in work.
Yeah, 100%. But I think you need to do those things to realize whether you can or whether you can't. That's the whole thing about Strongman, isn't it? It's like you progress through the comps and you learn something from every single one. Like every comp I've done, I have there's been a moment where say I've done a crazy walk, or I've done something crazy on the run up to the comp, and I think I probably won't do that again. That was shit. Next time.
Yeah. This is what I worry about, because I follow a lot of Strongwomen, obviously, and they do all the water cuts and they sat in hot baths and getting all that cut, and I think, God, can I do that? I mean, I've never done it myself, but I know people can feel like shit when they've done it. And I mean, I've never done it, so this is a thing, like, I don't want to get to, a week before and I'm 83 kg or something, and I'm like, oh right, you gotta, sit in a hot bath for hours. I don't know what they do, really.
Yeah, 100%. I think thing is, for me, like water cuts, I think you can do them sensibly, and you can definitely do them, and it is like there's sensible ways to do it. And do you benefit from having that slight bit of extra weight? Maybe if that's where your body sits naturally, but I'd like to know what the research is around that, because I think realistically you find a place that your body sits naturally at in the time of your life that you're in, and if that's where you sit naturally, then that's great. But so for me, I know I sit naturally heavier than 82. If I go under 82, just in body weight generally, I feel shit. I feel like I've got nothing there. My frame now is too big to be able to get myself down to under 82 comfortably. So I'm always probably going to sit around 83, 84. At the moment I'm at 85 and I'm super comfortable at 85.
Yeah.
And I think if I do tiny water cuts, so for me a small water cut is anything like 83, 84, that's nothing. I could probably do that with a water load and not actually have to cut the weight in a sauna or with a hot bath. But anything above that, I am going to have to do that. And once I do that, then my performance gets affected. But that's taken me 3 years to work out.
Yeah.
It's not a fast process, because you have to learn and you have to do the things that are shit and bad to learn how your body reacts to it. So now in year three of water cutting, I'm like, right, well, I know what I can do now, and I know what's sensible for me. But you just can't gain that knowledge quickly
Yeah, exactly. You got to work. You got to do what works for you. And like I said, I've learned not to do too long shifts before a comp because it will mess me up, and I will get pissed off, and then I will come sick. Yeah. So we all learn how our bodies work and how our minds work, and yeah. And I know now not to do a competition and work so many hours, and we'll just see. Yeah. But these water cut. I mean, like I said, I've seen them. I've never done them myself, but I know that they can be quite brutal if, like you said,
Yeah.
depending how you do them, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. It's down to personal preference, really. To be
Yeah.
honest, like it's very personal, and I think that's when I see people water cutting, or like they're saying, "Oh, I'm following this water cut protocol." I think you need to work on your own. Like, I know now what works for me, and when I've had people give me water cut info in the past, I've tried it, and I just fuck up. I just fuck up every single time. If I do what I know works,
Yeah.
I'm fine all of the time. But it's taken me ages
Yeah.
to get to that point where I'm like, yeah, this is what I can do. This is what works. But
Yeah,
it's just one of them.
I think I'm one of them people who's like, they'll just go all out. So I'll probably do a really brutal, like, if someone says, "Oh, do it this way where it's really bad," I'll probably do it, and then I'm like, I shouldn't have done that now because I feel really ill. I'll end up in hospital. I'll end up on my ward where I work on. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, but they're full of drips and stuff, and I'll just be like, I don't, but like I said, I've never done it before, and I do follow people, and you just got to do it sensibly and what suits you and stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah,
hopefully,
absolutely. I feel now as
go on.
yeah,
Sorry.
go on.
I was just going to say,
No, sorry.
hopefully, when I get to nationals, I'll just be at the right weight, and I've done it sensibly by eating correctly, and not by
Yeah.
nearly killing myself over it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I always think as like a healthcare professional, the last thing I want to do is end up in fucking hospital because I've given myself rhabdo, or like I've given myself kidney failure because I've done a shit water cut. Because they're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
like, aren't you a healthcare? And I'll be like,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. I
And
mean, I
I've done
work
this to
on
myself.
yeah. I mean, I work on the acute medical unit, so if I'm ever going to get into go hospital, I will be going past the people I work with, and they'll be like, "What have you done?" So there's no escaping it. So it's like, "What have
Yeah,
you
no,
done?"
you can't be putting yourself in them situations, then, can you? Just out of
No.
pure embarrassment.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. So it's one of them, but yeah, we'll nice and sensibly, and then yeah.
100%. I love that. Going quickly back to your dad passing. I know you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to,
Yeah.
but how did you find, obviously, like dealing with that, and then like sort of what was your process of getting back into Strongwoman following that?
Hmm.
Because obviously it's like personal, isn't it? How long it takes for you to grieve yourself?
Yeah, yeah. God, it was just like getting an engine running. I felt like I had no petrol or diesel in my engine, and it was just trying to get it going. I did do after my dad died. I ended up I applied for Queen of the North 2023 after the 2022 finish, and I thought, right, I've got 1 year now to sort myself out and get training. And that's what I did,
Yeah.
really. I think you just got to give yourself a goal, even if it's like in a year, 6 months, 2 months or something. Just give yourself a goal, and then just aim for that. So that's what I did. It took me a while because my dad died in the February, and the Queen of the North was like October. But between then and now, that was just my grieving period. Getting everything sorted,
Yeah.
and then I went, right, sort yourself out. Look at a competition, and Queen of the North is a big competition, isn't it? It's a lot of
Yeah.
people do it. And I thought, right, we're going for that. And so got myself trained up for that, and it just kept me going and going and going, and here we are.
Nice. I like that. I think putting yourself, like setting a goal as well, is
Yeah.
a really good idea for being like, right, come on then, let's just set a goal and go, right, we'll have to train for this now because I've signed up for it and I've said I'm going to do it. And it's a great way to give yourself that focus and that routine back as
Yeah.
well, following something like quite traumatic.
Yeah. I just, one of the things though, I really wish, because after I did my very first comp, I ran to my dad was in hospital at the time. So I ran to hospital, well, not ran to hospital, I drove to the hospital, and I showed him my certificate, and he just looked at me like he didn't know who I was because he was that poorly. And I was just so upset. I thought, I've done this comp and I came sixth, and he just went, oh, and carried on watching telly because I don't think he had a clue who I was. But I like to think now
Yeah.
he's looking wherever he is, he's like, bloody hell, Jesus.
Super proud.
Where
Yeah.
I spoke to his, I was actually, I went to the pub with my puppy. I was, dropping my mum off, and I saw the best man at my dad's wedding, and I said, "Guess what I'm doing next year?" And he went, "What?" I said, "I'm doing England's, strongest." I can't even think what order it is now. Is it England natural strongest England's? Is that the order it is?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And he went,
Dunno.
I was like, bloody hell, fire, and I never would have thought that you'd have done something like that, yeah. So I said, yeah, so I felt like I was talking to my dad through him because, they used to go out a lot and stuff like that, and he was his best man and he knew my dad. So I felt like I had to tell him just so I felt like my dad knew what I was doing.
Yeah, no, that's dead nice. I love that. Yeah, it's just nice having that like little bit of support as well, isn't it? For stuff like that, and nice to be proud of that you're doing it too. Like, I think that's just awesome.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's one of them where you just wish you knew what, when you've lost someone like that, a parent, and you just want them to know, like, what you're doing and stuff, and what they'd say to you. I don't know what he'd say really, but like I remember him saying women shouldn't have muscles, and then I was just like, Dad, how do you think that women birth the children? Like would they have muscles? What? We just walk around like jellyfish. Just walk around like jellyfish.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I mean, it was from a different time, my dad, So, but yeah. I think if he came to one of my comps, he'd just be like, bleeding hell, fire, So I think he'd be like, okay, right, well, this is something that you're stuck at, you tried running, you tried boxing, and now you're trying Strongwoman. So at least you're sticking to this one.
Absolutely, yeah. That's all we need: consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid. Right. Well, let's move on then and do the final question. So what would you say to yourself when you first started the sport then? What
would I say to what now? I'd say now.
Yeah, looking back.
Just keep going. Just keep going. The things will get better. You'll get stronger. That 30 axle will turn into a 40 and it'll turn into a 50. Don't worry about it. And trust the process. I get that a lot, trust in the process, because I've got a comp actually next Saturday. It's just like a finals one, and I am shattered. I'm fucked basically. If I'm not in work, I'm training. If I'm training, I'm in work, and I'm just like, I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked. But trust the process. You will get there. You will lift that, 100 deadlift, 120, 30, 40. You will get there. It's one of them things. You will do it. You will get there. And, this time next year, what are we on now? In September, I'd have done well, I'd have done England's. So who knows where I'll be this time next year. Things, just trust the process. And that's a very true thing to say, is trust in the process. Because sometimes you just think, what am I doing? I'm shattered. I can't do this. So...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's one of them, just sticking with it. That consistency pays off. Like, if I think when I first started training to now, I'm like, what the fuck? I never thought half of that stuff would be possible.
Yeah.
And yet here we are, like, looking at crazy possibilities now. It's just takes a lot of time. Like, you can't build strength fast. It's just an impossible thing to do.
Yeah. And eat right. Eat your protein. That's what... Stop eating sweets.
Yeah. I'm terrible for that. Like, my diet's still not on track 6 years later.
I know. I'm so at the hospital yesterday when I was working, they had round fruit pastels, squidgems or something, or squidges, and I couldn't stop laughing at the name, and I thought, I've got to try these, So I was eating it, and I went, oh, they're nice, and eating more. I thought, for fuck's sake, And Mawawam as well.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. We've opened up a bloody gate now, and Mawawam, and a gentleman, I've been looking after his wife for a few days, and he came in with Jaffa cakes and cupcakes. I thought, for fuck's sake, thank you.
Yeah, the day that I get the diet sorted, it'll be insane. Like, I feel like the minute I get my diet on, I'll be unstoppable, but that day is probably never coming.
Yeah, sometimes I'm really like, I can be hyper focused or not focused at all, but when I'm hyper focused, I love it, and it carries on. But I'm like, give me protein shakes, just give me a protein shake. Go on, give me a protein shake will do. Not squidges. Fruit pastel squidges. Yeah, I think they called it. It was just a really funny name.
Sounds hilarious. Sounds right up my street. But if I buy them, I'll eat your full packet in one go because I can't stop myself because I'm a lunatic.
No, I don't. You know, when they say serving suggestion, like 8 sweets, it's like, yeah, no. That's not a serving suggestion.
Who's paying attention to that? Fucking bullshit.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I never listen to serving suggestions. I see it as a challenge, a serving suggestion.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I say it almost as an insult. I'm like,
yeah.
8. I'll eat the full bag, I think.
Sorry, my dog's just eating a coat hanger, so I've just had to hide it from her.
No problem. Right, well,
maybe that's a good diet, eating coat hangers.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's the trick. Right, well, let's go on to the final part of the podcast then. Everybody's favourite part, the silly goose.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, do you have a silly goose that you would like to bring to the table?
I don't. I can't think of anything. I've gone completely. Have you got any silly goose? I don't know. Have you got? I don't know.
Always have a silly goose up my sleeve just in case. So my silly goose was, again, from where I get all my silly gooses from an Instagram reel, because they're the only ways I get my ideas, is how do you feel about having roast dinners on not Sunday?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Have you ever done that Too Good To Go?
Yes.
Yes. And I got a roast dinner on a Tuesday night at about 9:30. I'd finished work, I was knackered, and I thought, right, let's go on Too Good To Go. I don't think I even had a break. I don't think I had my full break. I think I had like 10 minutes to go for a wee or something. And I'm like, I am starving. I am pissed off. I have not had a full break. And I looked on my phone and went, Too Good To Go has got a meat dinner for me waiting. And I booked it and I went on Tuesday night at 9:30 or whatever. Yeah. Oh, anytime, any day. Yeah. No, definitely. And I recommend Too Good To Go if you're quick though. You got to be quick with them.
Yeah. See, I'm too far away from towns to be on Too Good To Go, but I have heard of it. And when I used to work at the bakery, we did Too Good To Go on the bakery stuff, and they were like really good. And I love the idea of Too Good To Go. I'm too far out in the sticks.
Yeah,
to be able to get there.
I did a Tim Hortons once, and I think because I've never been to Tim Hortons, but apparently it's like donuts and cake and stuff. And I had to get there between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Bear in mind, I was in work, so I get up at 5 o'clock anyway, and I completely missed it. And I fell asleep. I thought, I missed my donuts. Like I was going to bring some donuts into work. I was going to be that nurse who brings donuts in, and I completely missed it. But I paid for it, so but I just didn't collect it, so I was really gutted. But yeah, roast dinners any day, any time. Do it in the morning if you want.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way, but I feel like other people may not. Like, there's surely people that aren't happy about that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody is happy for a roast dinner any day. Yeah, I'll put it as a poll on this podcast when it goes out, and I'll put it up and see how many people would be upset about having roast dinners not on a Sunday. Yeah, I'd have a roast dinner anytime. Like, I couldn't give a flag up. I don't feel like any form of food should be at a certain time. I'll eat any food anytime.
Yeah, I mean, I love making my own roast dinners, but yeah, Too Good To Go, Toby Carver, especially when you just really can't be arsed doing anything. So yeah, I really want one now. I might have to look on the app.
I know, now we've talked about it too much. I'm like, fucking hell, maybe I can have a roast dinner tonight. It's just a random Tuesday. No, I love that. Let's I want to know what's your weirdest, like, because if you're a nurse, you'll have weird shift plans as well. So what's like your weirdest eating? Like, what is the weirdest thing you've ate at like a really random time of day?
Weirdest thing I've eaten at a random time of day? You know what? I'm a bugger for eating sweets at 7 o'clock in the morning. I have a craving. It's so bad though. I ate a full bag of jelly beans at 7 o'clock in the morning because they were in the fridge, and I was thinking about them all night.
That's pretty hardcore.
Sweets are just the worst. Oh my days! And I've got holes in my teeth as well. I'm getting a root canal treatment next week as well. And I used to be. I used to be a dental nurse, and I used to tell people, "Don't eat sweets." And I'm just like, no. So probably eating sweets about 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, no, I think that's about right. Yeah. The thing is, as well,
that's
with nursing as well, we can talk about like open wounds and cuts and all sorts of stuff whilst we're eating as well. So that's always a good thing. I don't know if you've ever done that, but yeah, we can sit down the table in staff room, talk about this man or woman spewing up on us, and we're still eating. So yeah,
I've noticed that in healthcare, people just don't care anymore, do they?
No,
They're just like, we'll talk about anything. We're all just eating our food. Even if what you're eating is close to what we're talking about, you're like, I just don't care anymore.
I don't take curry. I don't take curry with me. I don't take curry to work with me, so it don't look like. Just that would make me sick. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that's the one thing with nursing. You can talk about anything. You can still have the smell on your nostrils of like a stoma bag exploding, or the smell of leg ulcers, and you can still eat because you're that desperate you're that hungry. You've had a busy morning, so nothing stops a nurse from eating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that. No, class. Well, thank you so much for being on the pod. Do you have anything that you want to plug, or where can people find you if they want to follow along with your journey, all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you can put my Angela etc. on Instagram. That's the only thing that I put on. I post a lot of stuff. You'll see a lot of pictures of my dog on there as well. So if you like miniature dachshunds, you'll see my little Heidi there as well, exploring the Lake District and Wales, and me lifting heavy things as well. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome, that's class. Well, thank you so much for being on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. It's been interesting and exciting.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the podcast, and we will see you all on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Strongwoman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!